What's up, my friends? I'm just taking the Honda Element out for a little ride today. When I get back from my trip, I'm going to have to do a few things to this. For one, I got to get the oil changed on it. But number two, I need to go ahead and I think I mentioned that the last people who had this vehicle, they had the brakes and rotors on the front put on it. They didn't use Honda parts. I'm going to have to put some rotors and brakes on it, which I'll go get the pads and the rotors from Honda, and I'll let the tire people put it on. It's about $300-400 less than letting Honda do it. Then I've got to get some spark plugs done on this thing and a valve adjustment, but we'll get all that done. I figure, the car hasn't sold yet, and I've got to take care of this thing, So this thing is in great shape. But you start realizing, this stuff was done, but did they use Honda parts? Well, there's the indication right there. That's one thing about Toyotas and Hondas especially, but most cars that you get, make sure you're using the factory parts on it. A lot of times, certain parts, the aftermarket parts just don't work. They don't last, and they can tear other things up. So you have to be very careful about that, real careful. So, but like I say, I'm in a thing of where I'm wondering if I'm forgetting something for the cruise or anything like that. Like, what should I take? I think the older you get, you're like, maybe I should take some sinus medicine. I don't know if I'll feel good or not. I hope I feel good the whole cruise, but you never know. When we were younger, I was 20 years old. I didn't think about that. Hell, I didn't even take aspirin or Advil or anything with me on a trip like that because I didn't even think that I needed it, that sort of thing. But, hell, I guess it's just getting older and you start thinking about that stuff. But I've been on a lot of cruises, 5 to 7 days, especially. This 14 days, the longest one I've ever been on. There are some things you do need to take because, one, it gets really expensive on the boat buying certain things, and second of all, they may not have it, and that's just the reality of it. They don't carry everything on these cruise ships. However, they do have a medical facility down below, and it's an ER. There's life-saving equipment, and they can do everything but operate on you and do an MRI, but they know enough. They can get you situated, stabilized, and get you where you need to be. God forbid you have to. And I've seen it before. I have seen helicopters with Coast Guard airlift people off these ships right over the top of me. I've seen it. You go on YouTube and you watch people being airlifted off a Carnival cruise ship, and it'll give you an idea as to what it is all about. I've seen it firsthand, coming right over the top of us and then having to airlift somebody off the ship medically. And that is very much a thing, and it is real. That's why it's one of the reasons why you get that cruise and vacation insurance. Here's a cruise tip for you. This is cruise tip number, I don't even know how many, but if you're going to purchase cruises, I don't care if it's a 3-day, a 5-day, 15-day, 18-day, across the Atlantic or the Pacific to another country, get the insurance because it covers medical stuff. It covers your devices like your cell phone or your iPad or something. If it wink goes over the side of the boat, you catch my drift? Don't tell them it fell in the jacuzzi or they won't cover it. If it goes over the side of the boat, you got to tell them it's gone, you can't find it. It was sitting here and now it's gone. And then they'll give you the application to apply for it. You'll go to the front desk there. Learned that years ago when I said mine hit water in the jacuzzi, and she goes, it's not going to cover it for that, sorry. It has to go over the side of the boat. Wink. So, I didn't tell you anything particularly. You can read between the lines. You do what you do. I will say if you're being ethical and honest, good things will come back to you. But I can't tell you what to do or not to do. You do what you want to do. Sorry about my hand on the camera. I'm having to hold my camera because my charger phone cradle is just not cutting it. So I'm just kind of holding it while I drive. And I'm watching the road, so fear not on that one. But yeah, there's your cruise tip. that I've condensed into a short video. Usually I take these cruise tips and do them in shorter videos, like little shorts or something, which I'll do as they come to mind. I've got a few of them I'm going to pass on. You know, some of the stuff I pass on, you'll hear from other channels probably. I would assume that cruise tips and stuff, what to and not to do, if you've never cruised before. And if you've cruised before and you hadn't thought about these things, I've been on quite a few of them. I've thought about it, yeah. Whether you've been on just one cruise line or been on them all, most of these tips apply across the board. They really do. They really do apply. So, but anyway, I'm doing well. I'm going to go get some stuff out of my Amazon locker. I guess I'm going to, like I need it, venture over to Smoothie King and get my Peanut Power Plus. Shouldn't be drinking so many of those, but love it. It's good stuff. If you haven't had a Smoothie King, if you've been to a Smoothie King and you haven't had the Peanut Power Plus, it's good. It's good stuff, folks. But anyway, I'm doing well. As I said, I am going to document my trip, as I always do, on the boat as much as I can. I don't know what I'll document or what I can or will. We'll see. Every trip is different. I'm not the greatest at doing YouTube, by the way, but hey, I'm not doing too bad, I guess. It takes a while to get used to talking to a camera. I still get a little conscious about being around people I don't know in public and I'm talking to the phone. I mean, hell, everybody's doing it, you know. It's just one of those things that you just don't know who they're talking to. You know, they may think I'm talking to a family member, you know, and telling them about my trip. He's doing a good job at narrating that to his family. It's amazing. I'm not doing that good of a job, my friends, I promise you. There's some people who are some good YouTubers that are really good at doing videos of this stuff. You know, how I will say, though, on some of these channels, though, they're going places taking videos, but is the experience really what they're conveying sometimes? I've got to wonder on some of these. A lot of them is pretty spot on because I've been to these places and I've experienced it and I'm like, yeah, they were right. But some of them like to build this thing up like it's Skittles and rainbows, and it's not 100% of an honest review of what you're doing. That's like when I did the Cat high-speed ferry from Bar Harbor, Maine to Yarmouth, Nova Scotia. Honestly, in that review, it was a great trip. Loved it. It was awesome. I highly recommend it. But the food, take a snack, take a lunch, take bottled water. They've got coffee and tea on there, which is okay, but it's a 3.5 hour ride. You'll be fine, you know. But anyway, I'm going to get off here. I'll keep you posted as things progress. And there's your next cruise tip. Get cruise vacation insurance. Don't not do that. It will cover if you have to cancel the cruise, anything medically. It will cover if your devices go over, wink, wink, the side of the boat, your iPad, computer, you know. Cover several other things. Just go read up about it. It does work. Anyway, I'll see you guys in the next one. Be cool. Bye.